Hey, what's up? It's Roy here. So today let's talk about some ESR cases here for my iPhone 14 Pro. So they were kind enough to send these out for review. Now these two are the Classic Kickstand cases. One has the HaloLock MagSafe magnets and the other does not. Obviously you can tell they are clear cases. These are going to cost you for the basic one around 15 bucks on Amazon, and for the more advanced one with the MagSafe HaloLock ring, you're looking about double the cost, around 30 bucks. So if you're interested in buying any of these after watching this video, then follow my Amazon affiliate link down in the description. So showing you these just really quickly up close and personal, they're literally identical. The only difference, once again, is this has MagSafe, this does not. So I'm going to focus mostly on the MagSafe version because I feel like more people are going to gravitate towards this particular one since it does have MagSafe magnets on it. But the secret sauce with this particular case is the camera hump right here, which once I actually get it on the phone, we'll go more into detail. You got military drop protection with this. It's very clear. As you can see in the interior, it does say HaloLock magnetic case and then ESR Tech Made Easier. Do have some reinforced corners here, so for the bumper protection when you drop the phone, it's going to help dissipate the energy away from your device. Install is pretty dang simple, so I usually try to start with the button side, or most of the button side, and then you're just going to push in, and then that's all she wrote, guys. So when you're looking at the case, you can see that it is very clear. You can see the Apple logo dead center of the MagSafe HaloLock ring there. And then as you can see, it's just a very bright white, a little bit thicker, which I enjoy with cases. When they are thicker, it feels like they do have a stronger magnetic connection with my MagSafe accessories, which this one definitely does. When it does have this clear back, you do tend to get some fingerprints and smudges a little bit, but that's nothing that a quick wipe down with your t-shirt or something won't solve, but just something to point out. And then looking at the camera hump, like I said, this is kind of the secret sauce. So one is that it is a kind of silver aluminum look. So I do think that does give it a little bit different of a look, considering this is the first case I've ever tested that is like this. And then right here, it does say camera guard. So it does say that there. But the whole point about this case is that if you notice there's a little arrow right here, this case camera's bump is actually a kickstand. And this is, like I said, the first time I've actually tested a case that has a kickstand for the actual camera bump. And we'll talk more about this in just a sec. But as you can see there, it does definitely give this case a little more functionality and versatility. You can see that the camera bump is definitely recessed in nicely, so those lenses are going to be protected very well, especially when you do place it back down on a hard surface. And then looking at the side here, you can see that we do have a raised clear power button. It is actually very tactile, so that is really nice when it comes down to the clicky button side of things. If you like clicky buttons, then the buttons are actually very, very clicky and responsive. The sides also have that dot matrix pattern that helps with kind of anti-clinging of the device. Since the device side is not a matte finish, sometimes with those types of sides there and clear cases, you start to see kind of some watermarks, and this definitely helps prevent that. But you can just see kind of like how clear this is. You can see the 5G antenna band there. It does say ESR Tech Made Easier here on the side, so very simplistic branding. And like I mentioned earlier, we do have reinforced corners here that's going to help with drop protection as well. And then we also have some decent cutouts for the lightning port and our speakers. And then shifting over to this side, kind of the same thing. We do have some little holes here if you are a fan of lanyards, so you do get that. And then, like I said just a bit ago, the buttons are nicely raised. They are clear, as you can see as well. And then a generous pill-shaped cutout there for the alert slider. And then looking at the top as well, reinforced corners once again, and then that's kind of how that camera hump sticks out. So looking at the front of the device, you can see that we do have some nice lips on the forehead and chin and on the sides as well. So that's definitely going to help protect the screen when we do place it face down, or you just drop it face down. It will help prevent from hopefully breaking your screen. And it is tempered glass friendly. I do have a complete tempered glass on here, and the actual cutout here up top is pretty decent as well. Very nice and minimal for the top speaker there. So now let's go ahead and put it face and back down and see how it does with my wobble test. Face down, there is no shaking going on at all. And then when we go back down, well, actually guys, there's no shaking going on either. Now I can make it shake if I hit it on the corner really hard, but when you're kind of pushing on the sides, the way that this camera bump is and the way it kind of sticks out a little bit more, it actually helps to flatten out that back, so that way it's not a wobbly mess. So that is definitely a feather in the cap for this phone case. So like I already mentioned, the buttons are very clicky and responsive, but just to give it some extra highlighting, I'm gonna go ahead and just push the buttons a couple of times here. So the power button does a very good job with the clicky button test, and the volume up and down buttons are also very tactile as well. So it does definitely pass the clicky button test. And then let's just go ahead and see how quick and easy it is to actually get to that alert slider there. And as you can see there, it is super duper easy to get to. So no issues at all with access to that as well. So last but not least, let's go ahead and do the MagSafe charging test, and then we'll start playing around with this kickstand. So slapping it on my MagSafe charger, you can see that it is definitely MagSafe compatible. The magnets are extremely strong, guys. Like, I am shaking pretty hard here and it is not coming off at all. So as you can see, definitely some good resistance. It finds it super easy. There is no issues at all with the HaloLock MagSafe system on this particular case. So if you do have MagSafe accessories in your vehicle, you will be happy with this case's performance when it comes to sticking to those accessories. So as promised, let's go ahead and play with this kickstand. So the thing that I like about this kickstand is you have 3 different positions that you can use it. So one, as you can see, I have extended it all the way out as far as it will go. And number 1 is just simply being able to do it in some sort of portrait mode here. So as you can see, it is sitting up, and I do have the ability to be able to just sit it here on my desk and just have it there, right? If I'm on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, boom, we're good to go. The other way is to have it like this, where the kickstand is on the bottom. So as you can see there, it does do that. It does have some pretty good strength where I can push it back a little further and it will still stay in place. So as you can see there, it starts to kind of scrunch a little bit. But if I wanted it to be leaning back a little further, depending on my viewing angle of watching, say, YouTube or something like that on my desk, if I didn't want it all the way elevated and have it more sitting up, then I could definitely do so. And then also having it where it's at the top and having it a little bit more angled back. Now there's nothing else I can do with it because at this point it's extended all the way out and it's sitting up nicely, but it's also angled, as you can see here. So a nice angle. I think this is the better viewing angle depending on how you're watching stuff on your desk. You can push it in a little bit if you wanted to have it sit up a little bit more, but that's as far as it will extend and lean back this way. So I really like the design of the camera bump being right there with the kickstand, and I think it gives it a little bit, 1, a different look obviously, but 2, separating it from other cases out there, because I think with this design it leaves the rest of the case looking pretty normal. You're not having a kickstand like built in on your MagSafe charger like some cases have done. You're not gonna have a flippy, flimsy kickstand part here or here that sticks out, or not a holster that you have to stick on to add some sort of kickstand capabilities. I just really think this is pretty cool. And then just to say we did, let's go ahead and get it out of the case. And just for fun real quick, let me go ahead and slap on the normal version without the MagSafe magnets. And that's the look there. So a very clean look. The case is identical So there is no difference other than just the simple fact not having the MagSafe magnets. The kickstand does stick out just as strong and as far, does have a very, very good resistance against it. So I really am digging this clear case for sure. So hit that like button if you like this video. If you loved it, please subscribe, ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe, God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.